Rub it, mop it and sop it. These babies are going to be fantastic. This recipe is going to give your ribs a unique sweet and spicy flavor, making you the winning pitmaster of the night. Welkom back bij de Drunken Barbecue, my friends. My name is Hans and we're going to make something awesome. The problem with going to Costco is you always buy too much. And I came home with these ribs I didn't mean to buy. But first things first, let's make a rub, which only takes a few minutes. This rub doesn't just take minutes to make, it only makes your ribs nice, sweet and spicy. We're taking today 6 parts of brown sugar and we're mixing in 2 parts of chili flakes. Then we're taking 1 part of garlic powder, half a part of salt and half a part of Chinese white spice. And then we mix this together and we're done. Told you it's easy. Next we're taking the ribs fresh out of the package and we remove the membrane. Look at that, easy as pie guys, easy as pie. Of course you don't have to remove the membrane, but then you have something that's tough as shit at the back of your ribs. I don't like it. Hoppa! And now the membrane has been removed, you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of the rub on the back of the ribs. And just a thin layer at the back is good enough. That's the back taken care of, now the front. And that's where the meat is. And here you do the opposite, you're going to put a load of it on. You want to have the flavors all being pulled into the meat. Don't be shy and add lots. Don't forget the sides, don't forget the sides, that would be a rookie mistake. Now we're going to put the ribs in the fridge for some time so the salt can pull some moisture out of the meat and some flavor can be added to it. And while this process of flavor harmonization, I just made this up, is taking place, we're going to get the smoker ready. I used this thing yesterday, so I have to clean it, what you're supposed to do after every use. So the cooker is clean again. Of course nobody noticed I forgot the filter in the vacuum cleaner. It's time to add the pellets. And today we're using Lumberjack's hickory and oak pellets. And down the hatch they go. Fill her right up. We've got a few hours to go. And done deal. Now the last part before we start the fire management. We plug in the machine. Time has come to start this thing up and we're going to try to stabilize it out on a steady 250 degrees. This thing has a smoke setting from 0 to 10, and we go for 5 as we don't want to taste smoke only because the meat is going to be awesome as well. And there's lots of smoke. Let's open the door before we blow it out like many of those videos do. You probably think this thing is going wild. Well, that's just during the startup phase. After that, smooth sailing. Now we've closed the door, we're going to set the app. It's smooth sailing. And when you arrange the meat on the rack, you make sure the rack sits straight and you compress them a bit, because that's how the meat will form during the smoking. And there we go, 250 degrees. And for the coming 2 hours, we just continue with the wife's to-do list as this thing will manage itself. And while you work your way through the honey-do list, it's important to keep an eye on your temperatures. Hence, the app is really handy. And here we are, 2 hours in the cook. Let's see how our babies are doing. And if needed, but I say only if it's needed, we're going to spritz it with some apple cider vinegar. at that, guys. You sprayed a bit of apple cider vinegar on the ribs. We're going to leave them in here for say like another hour or so. Pussy. Hey. That's not lost cat. I guess it's not lost. We just sprayed the ribs with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. We're going to leave it in here for another hour or so till the color gets a little bit more darker, and then we're going to wrap it. And there we go, like we're time traveling. We're 3 hours later. We're going to see what they became. If they're ready, we're going to take them out of the smoker, wrap them in some foil, put them back on again, and soon that's chow time. And yes, I still don't have heat resistant gloves, but these will do. Time to wrap them up, guys. Close the door, keep it warm. Look at that. And to wrap up the ribs, we lay down some aluminum foil, put the rib meat side down in there, fold the aluminum foil like a little boat. Then we take some of our secret sauce, which I will explain later, and then you close up the boat. If your foil is too small or your ribs too big, however you want to look at it, then you simply add an extra layer of foil. But make sure you make it tight, because you want to have the meat to steam in its own juices. And back in the smoker they go. Now the ribs are going to cook in their own juices. So we're going to raise the temperature to say like 300 degrees. And we're going to turn the smoke off. Because well, it's wrapped up, so we don't need it anymore. Pretty damn handy, eh? Working with the app. We can't do that with my offset smoker. Well, we're going to let this cook for an hour, hour and a half in its own juices till it's nice and pliable. And then it's nearly chow time. Oh yes, oh yes. The ribs feel nice and pliable. It's time to take them out of the foil and put some mopping sauce on them. Whew, that smells fantastic. Hot. Bones are pulling back, guys. Bones are pulling back. Awesome. Awesome. Just what the doctor ordered. Don't know which one, but it's a great doctor, that's for sure. Whew. That's nice. Yes, this is a workhorse, but you got to do what you got to do. And while you went to the bathroom, I took the ribs out of the foil, put it back on the smoker, and now it's time to give him an extra mopping with the secret sauce I made earlier on. This video is sponsored by Barbecue, Phil Canada and Lumberjack. You will find our links in the description below. The secret sauce is nothing more than a mix of apple cider vinegar, soy sauce, some garlic, LMP sauce and some water. Mix it to your own liking. And I will leave it here for say like 15 minutes or so for the sauce to set. And then it's chow time. And if you want to know if your ribs are done, just take something pointy, like a Thermo Pro, and just start stabbing the meat. If there is no resistance, you're done. Nothing like butter. Well, as they're done, we might as well take those babies out of the oven, leave them to rest for a bit because they had a hard journey, and then we're going to eat them. Bye. Four hours ago we started this journey with this horrible slap of meat. And look what a beauty it became. Uh-oh. Without any further delay, let's chop this thing up and see what it became. There we go. Oh shit, yes. Look at this. Classic. Well, when you cut one piece, you might as well just slaughter a whole rib. So I did. Here we go. Time to reveal the truth. You see that? It just came off the bone. Nice. Well, let's try that again with another piece. You never know, we might be lucky that was the only cooked part. It wasn't. It just comes off. Fantastic. 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 Maybe I should give up my job and become a barbecue guy instead of a maintenance guy. Can you imagine eating this every day? Heaven, heaven. Well, I guess this is how we have to end today. This is the video. This is how you make some ribs. They're just fantastic. Smoky, spicy, sweet. No words. Just no words for it. See that? Easy man. Just come off. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next week.